1. The depression comes out of nowhere, is intense and you have no explanation for it. Oftentimes, there will be little to no explanation for why you're feeling the way you do. Your life may be fine on the surface. Your physical health may be fine. But you're overcome with a sense of apathy. This is normal. When there is no other cause for your low moods, it's likely a recalibrating of your frequency to release old energetic debris. Spiritual flu, if you like. 2. Your depression causes you to become introspective and self-analyze rather than pity yourself. One of the hallmarks of clinical depression is the debilitating nature of the condition. Nothing seems to have meaning anymore. You struggle to leave the house and even get out of bed. There is a sense of victimhood. By contrast, spiritual depression is a time of soul searching. You're more inclined to look for answers than to shun the world. You want to move forward. 3. You feel as though you're being challenged or tested for a reason, to prepare you. There's a sense that the way you're feeling is for a specific reason. You may have been on your spiritual journey long enough to be aware of the cyclical nature of growth. It isn't always linear or pleasant. It can be hard. Your challenges are often presented to you in order to strengthen your resolve for the upcoming challenge you'll be facing somewhere down the line. 4. Your depression is interspersed with feelings of clarity. Things won't all be despair. You'll find that because of the tendency to ask questions of yourself, you'll often come to realizations about your character, your circumstances, and life path. These are the catalysts for your spiritual growth. You'll experience moments that will come as great releases. 5. Your depression is stripping away the things that don't matter in your life. When you're in the midst of deep depression, it can seem like nothing is going your way. Bad luck can appear to be around every corner. But it can pay to take an alternative point of view. Many of the things that are disappearing in your life are being removed for a reason. They're no longer serving you or are in your best interest. 6. You want to find a way through, and you can still maintain much of your routine. Through all of the upheaval you're experiencing, there's never a sense of wanting to quit. During deep depression, the tendency is to give up on life. It can seem too taxing to carry on, even with a strong support network. But when the cause is spiritual, there's a resilience that sees you want to push on through to the other side because you know things can only get better. Spiritual healing methods. When it comes to healing, there are a number of subcategories that a modality can be classed within. There is no best treatment. They're only the one that's right for your set of circumstances. Each have their own advantages depending on the situation. Some modalities can even be applied using one or more of the following methods. Reiki is a prime example. It can be offered as a hands-on or hands-off form of bodywork, or be given as a distance treatment, body work, contact healing. Bodywork describes any therapeutic approach that relies on physical contact to facilitate change in someone. Although the main focus is on posture and structural issues, within many modalities, there is a strong body-mind element that comes into effect. Typical treatments could include any form of manipulative therapy, breath work, or energy medicine. Some of the most commonly used therapies include acupuncture, qigong, yoga, tai chi, massage, craniosacral therapy, reflexology, and many more. Remote healing/distance healing. This type of healing includes any modality that can be performed without face-to-face contact. It's based on the idea of quantum mechanics, or in other words consciousness. Distance healing will always have some form of energetic component. Since we're all connected by the morphogenic and quantum fields, all it takes to affect change is our intentionality. This allows us to create non-local healing events. The idea of separation is one that's been presented by conventional science. But in reality, it holds little weight in the world of healing. Trance healing. Trance healing is a broad category. It can include areas such as mediumship, where the practitioner is in trance, but extend to hypnosis where the roles are reversed. Soul healing on this level is often much more profound. As there is a direct link to a higher form of consciousness, it's more integrative than other approaches. In the case of beyond quantum healing, you clear away physical issues, but also understand how and why they manifested. It's a powerful way to heal, as it includes you in the process as an active participant. Psychic healing, psychic surgery. Psychic healing does have some crossover with trance healing. The two are linked, but not exactly the same. Psychic healing can still draw on spirit guides, ancestor spirits and source consciousness to create healing events, but it can be done much more lucidly. Another aspect of this subtype is psychic surgery. This involves making corrections your physical and spiritual bodies with the use of the mind, this avoiding invasive surgery. The medical medium are an example who might perform psychic healing. Most effective soul healing techniques. When it comes to making a decision about which healing technique to use, the way you decided to go will depend on the type of issue you're experiencing. Some modalities have strengths in areas that others do not. Each of the following fall into the 4 categories we talked about above. Reiki. Reiki works by channeling the flow of energy that exists all around us. It taps into this consciousness and redirects the energy to the areas of your vital body that require healing. But this change isn't coming from your practitioner. They're only a conduit. The real change comes from your body's ability to self-regulate and self-heal when prompted to do so. A Reiki session can be administered in person, either hands-on or hands-off fashion. It's also possible for treatments to be sent forwards and backwards in time to create a compounding effect. Skilled practitioners will often send Reiki to the point in time you're about to meet them, so you will have already had one complete treatment before they've worked on you, physically. Quantum healing. In a way, all forms of soul healing are quantum healing. The term quantum healing causes a lot of confusion amongst some. But it best describes any modality that is non-local, non-physical and non-linear in its application. Some of the more well-known variants include quantum touch, which has close ties to Reiki. Quantum healing hypnosis and beyond quantum healing hypnosis. The former pair are powerful trance healing modalities capable of resolving past life karma, connecting you with your spirit guides and resolving emotional traumas that are holding you back in the present. Craniosacral therapy/craniobiodynamics. Although craniosacral therapy is most associated with body issues, it's a truly holistic treatment. It works on your mind, body and soul. The theory behind the modality is dynamic stillness. What this refers to is restoring your body's natural rhythms before you entered into a state of dis-ease. Each bone within your body has motility, range of motion, and when this is off, it causes a disruption in the kinetic chain of your body, leading to physical, mental, emotional and spiritual issues. Craniosacral therapy can correct all of these issues simultaneously. Crystal healing. Crystal healing is a form of contact/energy healing, and is one of the oldest known healing arts in the world. The ancient Egyptians were known for their use of lapis lazuli, and lost cultures such as the Atlanteans and Lemurians made them a cornerstone of their civilization. Each type of crystal has a unique set of properties based on its mineral composition. They can be used either individually or in combination to draw negative energies and attachments from the body and also to realign the body's natural rhythm. Dark night of the soul healing. The dark night of the soul is something we must all go through at some point out lives, whether you're into spirituality or not. We all face challenges that will test us to the core of our being. Healing from the dark night of the soul is something that can't be rushed. In many ways, you need to ride out the storm. There is no cheat code or quick fix. It involves facing up to your fears and building the skills to move past them without passing on the responsibility to someone else. You can always seek out help. Of course, you can. But the bulk of the effort must come from within. The dark night of the soul is about doing the inner work. You can't act like your problems are going to disappear if you ignore them for long enough. You've been presented with the challenges you have for a specific reason at a specific time in your development. You have to face them sooner or later. The lessons will keep on repeating until you do. 14 benefits of soul healing that reawaken your inner genius. The effects of working on yourself at the soul level can't be understated. It's the highest form of self-care. When you start changing the narrative of your soul's journey internally, you begin to notice changes both within yourself and in your relationships with others. Here are some of the most widely reported benefits. You release old emotional traumas that have haunted you for years. you have a newfound sense of clarity over how to face any challenges that come your way, you raise your vibration and become a match for better experiences. Your sleep improves and you wake up feeling fully rested, you find you have increased vitality and stamina, you notice increased synchronicities guiding your actions, you become more aware of signs from the universe, your shadow self is no longer a problem, you begin to heal the inner child, you become more centered in your heart space awareness, you find it easier connecting with the wisdom of your higher self. You experience a profound spiritual transformation, you fully embody your I am. Presence awareness, you undergo a DNA activation.